Hey everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So this is the very first video that I'm doing for my new playlist called Ask Ashy. So this is a really exciting playlist. Basically, it's just another way that I can connect with lots more girls and try and help you out with a couple of problems or just, I suppose, tough times that you might be going through. So I asked on social media for you guys to send in a video, and I've obviously chosen one for today. So in a couple of seconds, I'm going to play that video up on the screen so that you get to connect with her and her story and really feel how she's feeling. And then I'm going to give a little bit of advice that hopefully can help her and so many others who might be in the same position. So let's press play.
Hi Ashy, my name's Blaith, I'm from Zimbabwe, and I'm sending my video in to ask you a kind of personal question that I haven't really been able to ask anyone else. So my boyfriend and I of 4 years broke up recently, and it's really started to affect me now more than it did when it happened, because he has now got a new girlfriend. I played a lot of sport at school. I played represented my country in a sport, so I was really like active as a kid, and now coming to uni I've just really struggled with staying fit and stuff like that. So I just wanted to ask, like, he has really affected my eating, my sleeping and everything like that, so I just wanted to know I just wanted to know if you could help me with something, like anything, please. Thank you.
Doesn't it just break your heart watching her video? And hi Blith, I hope I've pronounced that right. First of all, I just want to thank you for being so open and so vulnerable. I know this is not easy to open up what you're feeling, not only to me, but to lots of other girls who may be watching this video. But I thank you for that, because it's going to really help a lot of other girls who might be feeling in the same position and might not have the support around them and might be too shy to send in a video. So I just wanted to say thank you, and you're really beautiful. Today, there's a couple of things that I wanted to talk about, and the way I want to do this is just, I really want you to feel like I'm one of your mates. I'm just hanging with you. I'm going to give you my advice that I would give to my best friends if they came to me feeling the way that you're feeling. I'm not here to say that I'm a relationship coach and I have all the answers and I'm an expert and I'm going to stop the pain and make it go away. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm just here to offer some friendly advice like best friends would, and I hope just one or two things might make things switch or just help you get through each day and get a bit of strength to know that everything's going to be okay. Alrighty, so there's a couple of different things I want to talk about, and the first thing I want to talk about is your emotions and the emotions that we go through when we go through a breakup. The way I like to describe it is like a roller coaster, yeah? A roller coaster, you start climbing up and then you fall down really quick and then you go upside down and all around, and every day there's just so many different feelings. And when you go through a breakup, it's exactly what it is. One day you can hate them. You feel so much anger, and you're just so angry for everything they've done, everything they say, just them. You're just angry at them. And then the next day, you might feel really sad and just like really sad and just cry and just be so upset that it's over. And then the next day you might feel really jealous and like why is he hanging out with her? Why is he doing this? And just like bitter towards them. And then the next day you're like, oh, actually, you know what? I really miss them. Like, oh, remember when we went here and we did this together and we laughed about this, or we made love here, and oh, look at this photo. We look so cute and happy in love. And you remember all the good times and you forget all the bad. And then you start to feel confused. And the next day you're like, do I still love him, or am I angry at him? Like, whoa, what's going on? There's just so many emotions. I just want you to know that that's completely normal. We all go through that when we go through breakups, and majority of us have been through quite a few breakups, and it's just a part of life. But when you go through these crazy emotions, don't block them out and ignore them. They're just feelings. They're going to come and go. They don't define who you are. If you feel depressed one day, that's okay. It doesn't mean you are depressed, okay? Don't let those words and feelings define who you are as a person. Just go through the emotions. If you feel like screaming into a pillow because you're so angry, grab a pillow and scream into the pillow. Do whatever you do to get rid of that energy and those feelings. Just move through the motions. Don't block them out and let them build up and build up to the point that you explode, okay? Each day, just go with how you're feeling and try to do different things to get through each and every single one of those feelings, okay? The next thing that I wanted to talk about is something that someone said to me when I went through my very first breakup. I've had 3 boyfriends, all really beautiful men, and the first one was definitely one of the hardest things that I've ever been through. Whether you're doing the breaking or they're doing the breaking, it's never easy, it's never comfortable, it's always emotional, even if it's a mutual decision, which I haven't actually been through a mutual one, but I've had friends that have been. It's all it all hurts because they hold a place in your heart and you care for them so much. But back to my point, one thing that this person said to me was when I started doubting everything when I broke up with him, was like, oh, I haven't made the right decision, what if he's the one, or what if I've really stuffed up and now he's gonna be with someone else, and what if this, what if I never find someone? That was my scariest thought, is that no one else will love me the way he did. He loved me like a queen and he was so beautiful, and we didn't work out in the end, but I thought, what if I don't find someone as amazing as him? What if I don't find someone that loves me again? What if I'm alone for the rest of my life? And I bet these thoughts have gone through your mind and other girls that are watching this as well. No matter where we go in the world, we are not made to fall in love with just one person. So when people say, oh, I found the one, I think it's really beautiful and you feel so connected with that person. Of course, you want to be with that person for the rest of your life. But we're not made to fall in love with just one person, okay? So when you go through a breakup, don't think that they're the only one, because you will find another one. You could go to New York City, you could go to New Zealand, you could go to South Africa, you could come to Australia, you could go anywhere in the world and you will find someone to fall in love with. You will find someone that you connect with, someone that you have fun with, and it won't be obviously the same as your last relationship because they're 2 different people. It's the same with friendships. You have different friends for different reasons and you connect with them for different reasons. You're not made to fall in love with just one person. So don't think that. It's not the end. It's just the beginning. The next thing I want to talk about is, as hard as it is, we need to take a moment to appreciate the hard times. If we didn't have the hard times and all the bumps in our road, we wouldn't be able to appreciate when the good stuff comes along. And that's in all areas of your life, in your career, your friendships, and especially your relationships. If you go through some breakups, which majority of us do, not everyone, but majority, I would say 95% of us go through many breakups. Use that to stand back as a third person and look in on that relationship and look at it like a movie almost. And okay, here's my story. Those parts of the relationship I didn't like. I didn't like the way he treated me here. I didn't like the way I treated him. I didn't like how we communicated. I didn't like when we did this together or whatever. And learn from it. You now have this opportunity to set your standards higher for what you want in a relationship. And you've been through that yuck time. Now when someone good comes along, even better, because your standards are now high, you've decided you don't want this and that. In your next relationships, your standards are higher. That when someone does come along and they have these beautiful traits that you've always wanted and not the stuff that your past relationship may have had, you're gonna appreciate that so much more because you've had something that didn't make you feel happy. And if it was making you happy, you probably wouldn't have broken up if you were making each other happy. But this new person, you've set your standards high, they've got all these amazing traits, and you're just gonna appreciate that so much more. And it's the same with career. If you go through tons and tons, and I've been through this, of shitty jobs that I just hated, that didn't light my soul, they didn't make me feel alive, I didn't feel like I had a true purpose until I started doing what I'm doing now. If I didn't go through all of those jobs and get fired, I would not appreciate being in this role I'm in today. There is not a day that goes by that I'm not so grateful that I'm in this position. Same with your relationships. So use these hard times as a time to learn and grow what you do and don't want in a relationship. And then trust me, when you meet that next person, you're just gonna appreciate them so much more. also want you to really know and trust. I'm sorry if you can hear the beeping, there's a rubbish truck going past. Know and trust, and I know everyone says this, and I know sometimes it doesn't quite help you, but everything happens for a reason. It honestly does. And the moment you actually really believe that and trust in that and have faith in the universe that there's a plan for you and this is happening for a reason, it just is so much easier to cope each day. If you are getting stuck on the past and living in the past and going crazy over things that you can't control, you're gonna feel depressed and sad. And something that my good friend Katie Dean, she actually writes a lot of blogs, Your Wild Life, I think it's called. Katie Dean, she's incredible. She's part of my A team. And she once said to me when I was going through a hard time, there was days when I'd feel depressed and there was days when I was feeling anxious. And she said, Ashy, I want you to think about this. If you're feeling depressed, you're living in the past. You're focusing on things that you cannot change. You're living in stories, emotions, everything in the past that's making you feel depressed. You can't do anything about that. If you're feeling anxious, you're focusing and worrying about the future, which you cannot control. You can plan for as best as to your ability and hope that everything goes smoothly, but inside you're anxiously worried that that's not going to go to plan, or you're worried because you don't know what's going to happen. It's so out of your control. If you come to the now, to the actual present, and focus on what's around you now, whether that's a roof over your head, your amazing friends, your beautiful food on your plate, whatever it is that you want to feel grateful for, it puts you in such a happier state. So try not to focus on the past. That chapter's closed for a reason. Stop worrying about the future because it's only going to make you anxious, and both of those are out of our control. We can't control any of that. Let go of the reins and focus on the now. You've got time now to enjoy being by yourself. Use it to grow and be a better person. Use it to hang out with your girlfriends or travel. You have no one else to worry about but yourself. That's incredible. You've got your whole life to be married and tied down. And don't get me wrong, of course, being married is absolutely beautiful, but there's pros and cons to both sides. If you are single, enjoy being single and having that freedom, getting to do whatever you like with whoever you want. And when you do find a partner, you enjoy and embrace that as well. Whatever position or situation you're in, just be in the present moment and enjoy every moment. So I also noticed that you mentioned that your training and your food has really been affected by him. Okay, bit of tough love here, as I always do, and we all need every now and again. You need to switch the language that you're using because you're blaming it on him. What you eat and how you move your body each day is your responsibility, not his. You may be feeling sad from the situation, and a lot of us turn to food, ice cream, sugar, crap, whatever, just to make us feel better for that present moment. But we can't blame it on our ex-significant other. We just can't. It's what we do with our bodies is completely our responsibility. So switch that language. It's got nothing to do with him. He is living his life. You are going to live yours. And you, from today, right now, I want you to take some control, make a promise to yourself and to me that what you put in your mouth is your responsibility, not anyone else's. So it's up to you. You just need to make some sort of plan and change your language and change some little habits to get back into your healthy routine, okay? Whether that's just moving your body for 15 minutes a day, whether that's swapping some little foods, zucchini pasta for normal pasta, almond milk for normal milk, or taking away the sauces and dressings, or cutting out that sneaky ice cream at night that you think makes you feel better, whatever you might be doing to sabotage yourself, I want you to take some responsibility and start making some little changes. They don't have to be huge, but notice how you're feeling, which is not good, and start to make a plan to change that because there's no one else in the world that can do that. I wish I could take it away from you. I wish I could do it for you, but I can't. I can support you and sit in this room and give you all the advice in the world. But at the end of the day, you need to take responsibility for that and put some plans in place to step up and make some changes to make yourself feel better. It looks like to me you might be sitting in a certain, you can call it like a mood or a state. So it's how you physically and emotionally feel. So if you're feeling bleh all the time, you're just sitting in that state, You're sitting around the couch, and I'm not saying you're doing this, I'm just using it as an example because I'm not quite sure, but I can see by your physical body, you're just feeling pretty sad and bleh. When I'm feeling pretty sad and bleh, years ago, these days I know how to change my state. That's what I want to teach you. So when you're sitting around, you're just like, oh, this sucks, I'm so sad. Poor me, like, oh, I just feel so crap all the time, like, ugh. You need to shift. You need to move your body. Move that body and move your energy. Get outside, go into nature, go on a bushwalk, jump in the ocean, surround yourself with friends, go and exercise. Take all your clothes off and dance around naked with loud music on like you are at a strip club owning it. Whatever you want to do. Yes, I have done that before. It made me feel sexy and feminine and alive. I put on my favorite song. In the shower, whatever you need to do, I want you to physically move your body to change your state. When you're mentally in a yuck state, I find if you physically change your state, your mental state follows. Okay? Let me say that again because that can be confusing. When you're mentally feeling bleh, get up and move and change your physical state and move your body. And that means your mental state and your emotional state will follow. Because when you move your body, you feel good. Those endorphins can't start coming through and you just feel a bit more motivated and a bit more happy. Move your body as much as you can. It doesn't have to be slaving away in the gym. Find ways that make you feel good. All right, I honestly feel like I could talk forever, but I do realize this is a YouTube video and I don't want this to go on forever. But there's just a couple more things that I want you to do. So I want you to grab a pen and paper. Doesn't have to be now, you can pause this, go back to it. I just want you to start to make a bit of a plan with the little things that you're gonna do. So how are you gonna move your body each day? What are some little things in your diet that you can start to change every single day? I don't know, if you're following me on Snapchat, you would have heard about the 3 promises that I make myself. So start my day with 500 mils of lemon water and drink 3 liters a day. It's a veggie juice every single day. All veggies, just a complete veggie juice every single day. And a walk every day. If that's 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, I don't care how long it is, I have to go for a walk. 3 promises that I made to myself when I fell pregnant. They're such habits now that I don't even think twice. It's like brushing my teeth. I want you to make some plans and make 3 promises to yourself of how you can improve your health and your overall well-being, how you can do things to make yourself feel better. But I want you to write them down because if you just put them in your head and you're like, oh yeah, you'll forget about them. Write them down, start putting them around your house where you can see them and be reminded, and eventually you won't need those notes because it'll become a part of what you do and a part of your lifestyle and your everyday habits. One more thing and then I'm going to finish up, and this sounds quite, I don't want to say corny because that's a wrong word, it's not corny, but when I did a Tony Robbins course, I was in a relationship, but what he did with the single people is he said, I want you to get a pen and paper. I think we might have had to do it as well. I can't remember. Anyways, anyone single watching, which you most likely are if you're watching this video, grab a pen and paper and write down everything that you want in a partner. Looks-wise, personality-wise, their traits, their morals, everything. Write down it. Be so specific. I believe in what you put out and ask for, you shall receive. If you're constantly putting out negative energy and saying, oh, this happens to me and this is going to happen and or negative, you're just going to draw that to yourself, and that stuff does start happening. If you're constantly putting out positive energy and putting out what you want and putting things in place to make it happen, I believe it comes. And since I've switched the way I think to that, I tend to get what I'm asking for. And it really does work. And I sometimes slip back into that and I attract that negative energy, but when I swap it, it happens. And Tony believes this can happen in your relationship. And I have known so many people to do this, to write down a list of everything they've wanted and it's come to them. And it might not be exactly, but I just believe in that way of thinking. So I would love if you took it on as well. It's kind of like The Secret, if you've watched that or read that book. Go and watch that, it might really help as well. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap it up there because I am just like the biggest talker ever, and I hope this has helped. I don't want these videos to go on for hours in case you guys get bored. If you've enjoyed this, especially you, Bleeth, I really would love to know if this has helped in any way possible. Give this a thumbs up because it helps me so much. Share this around with any of your single ladies or girls going through breakups, as it might really help them as well, even if you take one thing away from this. If you can jump over to my Instagram and let me know one thing that you learned from this, that'd be amazing too. If you haven't subscribed, click the big red button. If you have any more questions, please send them through. Thanks so much for listening, and I really hope this has helped you, babe. Big love, big cuddle to you. Wish I could hug you, but I can't, so I'm gonna blow you a big kiss. Mwah.